A twist of fate. Emily stared at the engagement ring on her finger, the diamond catching the soft light of the room. She had been so happy, dreaming of her future with James. They had planned their wedding, chosen the venue, and even discussed names for their future children. But all of that came crashing down when she walked into the living room of her parents' house one evening. Her sister Sarah was there, looking as beautiful as ever. Sarah had always been the center of attention, with her radiant smile and captivating personality. Emily loved her sister dearly, but she couldn't deny the pang of jealousy that often accompanied Sarah's charm. James was there too, standing close to Sarah, closer than Emily had ever seen him stand next to anyone but herself. There was a tension in the air, a silent confession hanging between them. Emily's heart sank as she realized what was happening. "Emily," James began, his voice shaky. I'm so sorry. Sarah and we've fallen in love." The words hit her like a punch to the gut. She felt her legs give way, her vision blurring as tears filled her eyes. She stumbled out of the house, the ring slipping off her finger and clattering to the ground. She didn't know where she was going. She just ran, her heart breaking with every step. She ended up in a park, collapsing onto a bench, her body racked with sobs. The pain was unbearable, a searing agony that consumed her entirely. As she cried, she felt a gentle hand on her shoulder. She looked up to see a stranger, a kind-looking man with warm eyes and a concerned expression. "Are you okay?" he asked softly. Emily shook her head, unable to speak through her tears. The man sat down beside her, offering her a handkerchief. "Take your time," he said. "I'm here if you need to talk." His kindness was a balm to her wounded soul. She told him everything, the words tumbling out in a torrent of emotion. He listened patiently, nodding and offering words of comfort. "My name's David," he said when she finished. "I can't imagine what you're going through, but I want you to know that you're not alone." In the days that followed, David became a constant presence in Emily's life. He would call her to check in, invite her out for coffee, and offer a listening ear whenever she needed to talk. Slowly, with his support, Emily began to heal. One evening, as they sat together in the park where they had first met, David turned to her with a serious expression. "Emily, I know this might not be the best time, but I've grown to care about you a lot. I don't want to rush anything, but I'd like to see where this could go, if you're open to it." Emily was taken aback. She hadn't expected this, but as she looked into David's eyes, she realized that she felt the same way. He had been her rock, her safe haven in the storm, and she couldn't imagine her life without him. "David," she said softly, "I'd like that too." As they sat together, hand in hand, Emily felt a sense of hope and renewal. She had lost so much, but she had also gained something precious. Life had a way of surprising her, and this time, the surprise was a welcome one. In the weeks that followed, Emily and David's relationship blossomed. They spent countless hours talking, laughing, and sharing their dreams. David introduced her to his friends, and Emily found herself slowly opening up to the possibility of love again. Meanwhile, Sarah and James's relationship became the talk of the town. The betrayal stung, but Emily realized she had to let go of the anger and resentment to move forward. It wasn't easy, but with David's support, she found the strength to forgive. One sunny afternoon, as they walked hand in hand through the park, David stopped and turned to Emily. "There's something I need to ask you," he said, his eyes filled with emotion. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box, opening it to reveal a beautiful ring. "Emily, you've brought so much joy into my life. I can't imagine a future without you. Will you marry me?" Tears filled Emily's eyes as she nodded, unable to speak. She had been through so much heartache, but standing there with David, she felt a profound sense of happiness and love. "Yes, David," she whispered. "I will." As they embraced, Emily knew that her life had taken a new and unexpected turn. She had found love in the most unlikely of places, and it was a love that was true and unwavering. With David by her side, she was ready to face whatever the future held. Their engagement brought a sense of joy and excitement that Emily had thought she'd never feel again. They began planning their wedding with the enthusiasm of two people deeply in love, making decisions together, from the flowers to the music, and even writing their own vows. However, the shadow of Sarah and James still lingered. Emily decided that to move forward, she needed to confront her past. She reached out to her sister, asking to meet and talk. Sarah agreed, and they met at a quiet cafe. The air was thick with tension as they sat across from each other, both unsure of where to begin. "I'm sorry," Sarah said, breaking the silence. "I never meant to hurt you. I didn't plan for any of this to happen." Emily took a deep breath, feeling the weight of her emotions. "I know you didn't, Sarah, but it did happen, and it hurt. A lot. I need to understand why." Sarah looked down at her hands, her eyes filling with tears. "James and we just connected. It was unexpected, but it felt so right. I didn't know how to tell you because I knew it would destroy you." Emily nodded, tears spilling down her cheeks. "It did. But I'm trying to move on. I'm engaged to David now, and I'm happy. I just need to find a way to forgive you, for my own peace." Sarah reached across the table and took Emily's hand. "I hope we can rebuild our relationship, Emily. I miss you." Emily squeezed her sister's hand, feeling a sense of closure. "We can try. It will take time, but we can try." As the weeks turned into months, Emily and Sarah slowly began to rebuild their bond. It wasn't easy, and there were moments of tension and old wounds reopening, but they were committed to healing. Meanwhile, Emily and David's wedding day arrived. The ceremony was beautiful, held in a garden filled with blooming flowers and twinkling lights. As Emily walked down the aisle, her heart swelled with love and gratitude for the man waiting for her at the altar. David's vows were heartfelt and sincere. "Emily, from the moment I saw you on that bench, I knew you were someone special. You've brought so much light into my life, and I promise to stand by you through all of life's challenges and joys. I love you more than words can say." Emily's vows were equally emotional. "David, you were my lifeline when I thought I was drowning. You've shown me what true love and kindness are, and I am forever grateful. I promise to love you, support you, and cherish every moment we have together." Their kiss sealed their promises, and the cheers of their friends and family echoed around them. Emily felt a profound sense of contentment and hope for the future. As they danced under the stars at their reception, Emily glanced over at Sarah, who was standing with James. Their eyes met, and for the first time in a long time, Emily felt a sense of peace. Life had thrown her a curveball, but she had come out stronger, surrounded by love and support. With David by her side, she knew she could face whatever came next. And as they swayed to the music, David whispered in her ear, "This is just the beginning, Emily. Our beginning." She smiled, feeling the warmth of his embrace and the promise of a bright future. "Yes, it is," she whispered back, "and I can't wait to see where it takes us." Emily's world shatters when her fiancé, James, confesses he's in love with her beautiful sister, Sarah. Devastated and heartbroken, Emily finds herself running to a park where she collapses in tears. There, a kind stranger named David offers her comfort and support. As Emily navigates the pain of betrayal, David becomes a constant presence in her life, helping her heal and find hope again. Their bond grows stronger, leading to an unexpected and tender romance. With David by her side, Emily begins to rebuild her life, even as she confronts the lingering hurt from Sarah and James's betrayal. In a journey of forgiveness and new beginnings, Emily learns to let go of the past and embrace the future. When David proposes, Emily finds the courage to say yes, marking the start of a new chapter filled with love and promise. A Twist of Fate is a heartfelt story of loss, healing, and the surprising turns life can take. It explores the complexities of family bonds, the strength of new love, and the power of forgiveness. Emily's journey from heartache to happiness is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unexpected blessings that can arise from even the darkest moments.